hour. Are you kidding me? Next up is stranger danger. Now, in some cases, this one was true, okay? There's some weirdos out there. But for the most part, people aren't dangerous. But now we're literally meeting strangers off like social media. Like, it's crazy. Like, people are going on dating apps and shit and meeting people from Tinder. And honestly, I have my fair share of good and bad experiences with dating apps. But I mean, half the time when you use dating apps, you'll probably end up back in square one with no girls. And trust me, I can tell you from experience. The apple a day keeps the doctor away. Nah, bro, we cannot be serious with this one. It doesn't matter what I'm eating every day. If I eat a Nick Avocado mukbang, I'm gonna have to see a doctor. And obviously, I'm gonna have to see a doctor more frequently and if I eat like that. But it's not gonna keep the doctor away if I eat a goddamn apple. And even if I was eating a Nick Avocado diet, oh no, I just ate an apple, so everything's good now. Like, what? That one just made no sense, bro. And for a last honorable mention, we were all told about Santa, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, the goddamn elf on the shelf, you know. And the elf on the shelf was just an op, bro, alright? Like, I don't know what my parents were doing placing that motherfucker in my room at like 12 o'clock at night. Want another video to watch? Watch this video on screen. Anyways, I'm out. Bye.
If you think we're about to dip this nugget in rich, delicious Heinz, you're absolutely right.
Stupid things I did as a kid, part 2. Since you guys showed a lot of support on the last one, thank you for that, by the way, I figured I'd come through with the part 2. Like, I had about the worst track record a kid could have. Being, like, extremely dumb and oblivious, you know, I was just the goat at that. Like, I had a good, you know, 12 to 15 brain cells operating on a normal day. It was a bit rough for me, I'm not gonna lie. I think I mentioned this briefly in my last video, but I would just eat a lot of random shit. Like, I talked about the time I found a penny on the ground and I just ate it. And it reminded me of this one time when I was playing Truth or Dare with my friends outside. And one of my friends said, I dare you to go dig through the grass until you find worms and then eat a chunk of dirt and worms. And I was like, all right, bro, chill. I'll eat the dirt, all right? But I'm not eating the worms, man. That's where I draw the line. I'm still eating stuff that's just not edible. Like, it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm putting my stomach through hell. Like, it doesn't matter what I do in that scenario. So I grabbed this patch of dirt, and I was surrounded by, like, 3 of my friends and my brother. And they were like, eat it, eat it. They were cheering me on, bro. This was a crazy event. This was like that one kid in the cafeteria that would make the most random food concoction of all time. And I ate it. I did it. Or, well, I ate a little bit of it, but I spit out most of it. I still, to this day, do not understand how I swallowed dirt and I just let that slide. That is crazy. How did something just not click in my head like, maybe you're not headed in the right direction in life if you're eating dirt? I don't know, man. And it was totally worth it because I won. Guys, I did it. I was the champion of truth. Nah, it was not worth it at all. I still don't know what was cooking up in my mind. And now to this day, I'm a pretty competitive person still. Like, I would do anything to win. And of course, that's why I'm messing with Mech Arena, the sponsor of today's video. Mech Arena is others and it against all the mechs have the legendary fly $30 in cosmetics. You get one during today's video. Side to play hide and seek. Like, you have no space to run around. Like, what? Like, that just made no sense. I would hide in the dumbest spots possible. I would try to squeeze underneath my friend's parents' small bed. Like, that just was not ideal. Or either that, or I would, like, hide in the blankets and just suffocate for, like, 30 minutes straight. And of course, my young, innocent, pure mind did not realize what could have possibly went down there. And one time I even hid in the shower. The shower! Like, that's my homie's shower. Why was I hiding in there? My 3rd grade mind just did not care. I simply just wanted to win hide and seek. In the worst spot of them all, one time I tried hiding in the washer machine. The washer machine! Like, what happens if my mom just walks in there, doesn't notice I'm there, and hits start? Like, it's wraps. It's over. And when my friends found me, they were like, wow, why would you hide in there? You are so... But I won, and I was happy I won. And I just did not care about the dumb decision I just made. Hide and seek was crazy. Bro. If I had to hide in a prickly bush, I would do it. I would suffer just to win, bro. You know, those bragging rights were just A1. Now, another time when I went over my friend's house, now, my friend, he was my... neighbor, so I was there quite a lot. And on this one particular day, there was a kid there that was the grandchild of one of our neighbors. And I've never seen the kid before. This is my first time meeting him. And of course, we're inside playing our DSs because, well, that's just what we did after playing basketball or hide and seek or whatever we did. And now this kid did not bring any games with him. Like, who brings a DS with no game? Like, what? All right, but anyways, yeah, this kid, he asked one of us to give him our games. And of course, I caved because I felt bad that he was just sitting there in silence. And at that time, of course, I was running up some Pokemon Heart Gold, and I gave it to him. He's like, here you go, bro. You can have it for now. And now I don't understand why I trusted this kid. I literally just met him today. This was my favorite game, bro. I brought it everywhere. I beat Red. I caught every legendary in the game. Like, I was actually a sweat. I was showing this off to my friends. I thought I was Timothy. Now, this kid was just walking around randomly in the game. Like, he didn't even know how to play. Like, I was always checking on him. I was like that one creepy teacher that's like, hi, no phones are allowed in class actually, and just starts aggressively tapping you on the shoulder. And now his parents came to pick him up, and I didn't realize this. At this point, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I was probably playing on my iPod or something, and this kid just left without me even noticing. And bro still had my game, so I just got finessed out of my Pokemon Heart Gold fully complete file. I was crying. I was having a full-on mental breakdown. Okay, it wasn't that serious. This file meant a lot to me, so of course I was doing everything in my power to get it back.
People in Paper.io 2 don't know about this secret level.
He stole my game. Alright. Chill out. It's not the end of the world. You're not bleeding. You're not hurt. Is the world exploding? No, you're fine. I'll call the neighbor and see if he can bring it back to you next time he's at the house. And it took bro about like a month to give me the game back. And you know what? At least I got it back. I still have it to this day. Now, of course, I would play a lot of video games, and I would go to my grandmother's house a lot. And sometimes my cousin would be there, and he would have his Xbox. And he would hook it up and play Call of Duty or something. And now on this very day, we were there for a family function. I go downstairs and I see him playing, and obviously my eyes are glued. And of course I had to ask him if I could play, of course, like I had to be that kid. And he did let me play for a round, which was nice of him. And when he was playing, I noticed he had like headphones on, and he told me not to put them on. And I was like, okay, why not? I was confused. Now the headphones were on the floor in front of me, and I was able to listen to what was being said. It went something like this. Who the is this guy? Sucks, he's trash. Dude, you're like almost prestige master. What are you doing? What are you aiming at? You're worse than a goddamn stormtrooper, buddy. Are they talking to me? Nah, of course not. They're talking about somebody else. Don't worry about them. Just keep playing the game. Now, of course, he was a Call of Duty veteran, all right? Like, he was a god at the game, all right? And it took a lot from him, you know, to give me the controller because, well, your 9-year-old cousin's gonna screw up the KD. And now we move to my middle school days. And of course, I was not bright either. You know, I was entering my edgy phase. I would yell memes down the hallway. Like, it was bad. Looking back on those days for me, man, is kind of rough. And now, I don't know if a lot of you remember when I talked about getting scammed by a Clash of Clans gem scam, right? And I did not learn my lesson, apparently. I thought since an ad for free gems popped up on my YouTube homepage, I thought it was legit. A lot of scammers like to advertise on YouTube, and I did not know this. And I fill in all that information thinking I'm about to be the Scrooge McDuck of gems, like I said last time. And of course, same thing happened again, no results. And then it finally clicks. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's probably a scam. Some of you in the comments are probably face palming right now. Like, dude, it took you 2 years to figure out that that was a scam? Really? Yes, it did. And I wonder why I was getting the most random emails in my inbox. Like, I was getting emails written in Arabic, like I would understand that. I'm the kid that just got scammed here. There's no bulbs lit up there, or not even like a little flicker of light. No, it's just completely dim. And forget it, man. If you put me in the kitchen, you were screwed. Like, I messed up everything that I would touch, man. I was a connoisseur of burning things, all right? When I'd whip up some toast in the morning, I would always burn it. And this one time, I forgot to put water in the Easy Kraft mac and cheese. Like, how did I don't understand. And I just let the microwave run, and me and Duck were just completely oblivious as to what was going on. We literally just sat there and let it happen, you know, while the pot of mac and cheese is just casually on fire in the microwave. After playing I don't even know what on my iPad, I go over to the microwave and realize what just happened. And of course, I get in trouble when I get home. Birdie, what the Yeah, that one was rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. And I got banned from using the microwave for a long time. I don't know how that's how do you get banned from using the microwave? My parents were like, you're so stupid, you're not even allowed to use the microwave. That is a crazy insult. Now, I used to play football in 7th grade, right? And at practice, I would get a lot of bruises on my arms because, well, it's football practice. What do you expect? And when I had all these bruises, there was one that was like really big to the point where I couldn't hide it. And one of my teachers eventually picked up on it. And one day, the classroom phone gets called and it's like, Birdie, yeah, you gotta go to the nurse's office. And I'm like, the nurse's office? What? Like, why am I going to the nurse's office of all places? Like, do they think I hit a lick on, like, the nurse supplies? Like, what's going on, bro? They sit me down, and they started off with a nice, smooth tone. They're like, all right, honey, is there anything you want to tell us? I'm like, what do you mean, is there anything you want? I don't even know why I'm here, bro. And then she was like, what are those bruises on your arm? And I explained to her I play football and stuff. And she was not buying it, even though that was the truth. Like, I don't know what else to say in that moment in time. And she kept, like, pushing me. She thought I was gonna, like, crack or something. She was like, is everything okay at home? And then I tell her everything's fine, of course. And then my parents get a phone call home asking about it, of course. And my mom was mad confused about it, but I just explained everything. Want another video to watch? Watch this video on screen. Anyways, I'm out.
Truth be told, is I've never felt better and I'm so glad we're together.
Childhood, a time to be alive, a time to really discover what is out there, and a time to really cook up with your imagination. Now, childhood is one of those things that I'm not sad that it's over, I'm just really happy that it happened. And of course, one of the most memorable parts of childhood was the games we all played growing up. Some of the good ones, and there were barely any bad ones, to be honest with you. Whoever crafted these games, they were not missing. Now, let's start with Tag and Manhunt. And now, Tag was just like a very simple game that you could play anywhere at any time of the day, like recess or something. But Manhunt, I can tell you from experience, it made the boys feel like men. Like, come on, bro. Playing in the woods in the dark hits so different because you could be hiding for hours. No one could know where you are. Now, obviously, being the seeker in Manhunt fucking sucks, all right? I think everybody can agree with that. But being someone who's hiding, oh my god, it's amazing because you can move around and they wouldn't even know unless you make too much noise. And in my case, I did. I was munching on Oreo cakesters every day, so you can really only imagine how that went for me. When I was sitting there in the woods sometimes, I would literally whip out my iPod Touch and start playing mobile games, bro. We cannot forget. Mobile games were every kid's peak entertainment back in the day. Whenever you were bored and your friends weren't around, you'd always whip out a mobile game. One of my personal favorite mobile games, even now to this day, Clash of Clans, Where's My Water, and most importantly, Dragon City, the sponsor of today's video, baby. So of course, when I was sitting there in the woods, I was over there creating my dragon empire. And you can do this by collecting, hatching, and evolving over 1,000 unique dragons. You can customize your dream city with magical habitats, buildings, and decorations. And now, even as a grown-ass man, I still got my dream city. And I had the volume up as I was engaging in epic PvP battles with other dragon masters to prove your dragon strength and dominate the leaderboard. And maybe I'm not on the leaderboards yet, but I'll get there, bro, I swear. And unleash your dragon's powerful skills to conquer challenging quests like the Wizard's Hollow. Join a vibrant community of players and collaborate in alliances to unlock exclusive rewards. Dragon City has a bunch of installs. 450 million. That's a lot of installs. Embark on an adventure filled with enchanting quests, ancient legends, and mythical creatures by downloading Dragon City today, baby, by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen. Get a special bundle with 15,000 food, 30,000 gold, and the epic OV Dragon to get you started. Thanks to Dragon City for sponsoring today's video. But yeah, I would play mobile games pretty frequently, and it was a prime source of entertainment for me. Now, speaking of Manhunt, this was pretty much Manhunt, but inside. Hide and seek. Hide and seek inside hits so different. I mean, I don't know why every time, bro, I always wanted to play inside. It didn't matter. It's just much better, and a lot of the spots were just a lot more creative. Like, what are you gonna do outside? Just hide in a bush? Like, there weren't really many places for me to hide without being extremely obvious. There would always be that one kid that would just cap about the number he counted to. Or either that, or you got that kid that would count really fast. Like, you got him sounding like he's going through a fucking seizure at 10 years old. What did they... Like, Jesus Christ, dude, chill out. Like, it's not that deep, bro. It's just a game of hide and seek. But I get it, though. Everybody hated being the counter. No one wanted to be the counter. Kids would sacrifice all the money they had, all the $5 they had in their pocket from chores to not be the counter. I mean, me personally, yeah, I was definitely not trying to be the counter. I would just get flamed whenever I wouldn't find people, and it would just piss me off. Now, hide and seek was a really good game for when it was raining. And another game that was fire for when it was raining. Board game. Y'all gotta remember the classics, bro. Candyland, Monopoly, Jenga, and even fuck it, sometimes Farkle with your grandma. I don't know. I genuinely had no clue how to play Farkle, though. Like, my parents and grandparents would play it, but I had no fucking clue. Then you got card games like Uno, bro. Uno would come in so clutch whenever it was raining, bro. That shit would keep me distracted for hours. Even to this day, I'd be locked in on Uno. Board games and card games are just so crazy, bro. Like, I remember sometimes I would literally sit there with my brother for hours and just play board games as 2 players. Some games required more than 2 players, but we still made it happen somehow. And if I'm at a friend's house, we really balling out with like 5-6 players. Then we'd all sit down on the couch and one of us would say, "The floor is lava." And then we were acting like it was some kind of big crisis happening. The world was exploding in our child minds. And if we touched the floor, we were dead. There was no going back. So we would use everything in our power to just traverse without touching the floor. And sometimes I would even pretend like I was surfing on lava. I was really into the floor is lava game. Maybe way too into it. Because after the game was over, the house would be a fucking mess and my parents would be pissed. Birdie, what the fuck? Would you let a bear loose in here? No. It was crazy how much I was acting like the world was on fire or some shit. Now, speaking of acting, have y'all ever played charades? I don't know if this one was just me. I remember I had a babysitter when I was in the 3rd grade, and she taught me how to play charade. My imagination was blown away. I was just so, just amazed at the fact that you could be anything. You could be anything that you put your mind to. I could spawn in as a penguin. Yeah, but I'm so dead serious. I genuinely, like, said I was going to be a penguin when I grew up. I could not tell you my intelligence level. I don't know how the fuck I got into college. Honestly, bro, I don't even know. And some people sucked at it so goddamn bad, it made it impossible for me to take a wild guess who they were trying to imitate. This kid would do like some weird ass fucking dance. Then everybody's looking at him like, what the hell is he even doing? And then he says, "Oh, it was so obvious. I was Usher, guys." Like, literally just flailing your arms around like a fucking idiot. Like, how the hell are we supposed to know? Duck, Duck, Goose. A very iconic game. I've been a Duck, Duck, Goose champion since I hopped out the womb, bro. I was grinding Duck, Duck, Goose at 3 years old, bro. This is like the first game that I learned growing up. The first time I ever played it, I played it in my preschool class. And let me tell you, bro, I cooked. I was an absolute unit. And sometimes on field day or at recess, we were running the biggest games of Duck, Duck, Goose known to man. We had the whole gang in the circle. Anyway, speaking of gang, check out my new brand, Bird Gang. And join the gang by dropping a follow on the Bird Gang Instagram. If you want to cop a piece, go to birdgang.shop. Look at these quality designs. Like, who doesn't want that? They're limited time, so get them now. But let's talk about some other recess games. Foursquare and Kickball. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really play Foursquare that much. I was a kickball demon, though. I'm gonna be real. No, I wasn't, bro. I was fucking trash, bro. The ball would literally just fucking drill me in the face, bro. I'm not even kidding. And when I was up at the plate and it was my time to shine, I would kick the ball a solid few inches. Pause. And everybody thought I was Dookie, so I was always one of the last picks. There was never a time where some kid was like, "Yo, it's Birdie." Yo, bro, you're first. You're first. I was always one of the last people picked. And of course, we can't forget hopscotch, bro. It's a classic pavement game right there. My balance was Dookie buns, bro. Like I said earlier, the Oreo cakes were not helping my case. Now, sometimes at recess, I would play a game that wasn't really a particular game, but it was like a pretend game. Think of something in your head, like you craft it, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna pretend like we're in Minecraft." Like, that's what we used to do back in the day. But now kids are pretending that they're in Skibidi Toilet? Like, how does that even work? I mean, maybe I just don't understand because I'm not exactly the target demographic for Skibidi Toilet. During these pretend games, our imaginations ran wild. Some kids even brought in their fucking diamond swords and pickaxes, and some people were even brazy enough to bring their Minecraft costume. Like, bro, come on. Some dude really brought a Steve head. I'm like, nah, bro, you're crazy for that one. But anyways, at school sometimes, we would also play Simon Says. Y'all remember Simon Says? That shit just a classic for real. Now, I actually wasn't too bad at this game. I would hesitate sometimes, and it would absolutely kill me. Like, but it kind of trained me to think quick on my feet, which I really do like. And there was always that one dude that thought he was slick, bro, pretending like he didn't get out. Yes, you got out, bro. Sit your ass down. I would play Simon Says in my gym class sometimes. It was pretty fun, but you know what was better than that? Dodgeball. Nah, when it was dodgeball day, we were blessed. Like, there was no better feeling than just pelting a ball at a kid's face. Like, come on, bro. Especially if it's like your school bully or something. But I hated the people who were absolute tryhards, though. Like, come on, bro. You really gotta be like that? Like, they expect me to catch like 3 balls in the air at the same fucking time. Like, dude, it's not gonna happen. It's like a 1v5. The gym sweats were mad annoying, but dodgeball was really fun, though. Especially when I got a gym sweat out, bro. I was hyped. We used to also play this variation of dodgeball. It was called cannonball, where pretty much you would throw the dodgeball in the basketball hoop, and if you scored, your entire team was back in. Added a new, unique element to the game. It was pretty fun, and it didn't make it entirely impossible for me to lose if it was a 1v5. I could just make a bucket real quick and save my team's ass. And if you got one in, nah, bro, you were Timothy Jones for the day. Everybody's gassing you up for the rest of the day. They're acting like you solved world hunger or some shit. And now this by far had to be the best game in gym class. Bro, when we played games with the scooters, oh my god, bro. Nah, it was an even better day than dodgeball. Because in gym class, think about it, you're stuck playing some sport that you really don't care about. Like, I'm not at all a soccer prodigy. Like, I'm fucking getting nagged every second of the day. But if I get to play a game with the gym scooters, nah, bro, it's over. And with these scooters, we would do like team races. It was pretty cool. Like, who doesn't love whipping around on one of them Johns? Like, I'm sure as hell I do. And to be honest with you, I'd even do it as a 20-year-old, bro. And then for the rest of the class, we get the fuck around with the scooters. Nah, those were the times, man. You spin your friend around until he's seeing stars and just launch him to the other side of the gym. Nah, bro, I miss the scooters. I might have to buy one on Amazon and do some stupid shit with it. And now I saved the worst games for last, all right? Those were all the good games. But here were the ones that just absolutely suck. I'm sorry, I know this might be a hot take. I hated the Cheese Touch game. Like, I genuinely experienced some kind of anxiety when I got the Cheese Touch because I thought, like, I was going to be ostracized by my peers forever. I thought my reputation as a first grader was up. And now seeing me getting treated like that, I was like, dude, I don't even know if I want to give it to anybody else, but I'm like, fuck it, man. I gotta do it because, you know what? I feel bad, but I don't know. I'm not trying to live with this Cheese Touch. Like, I could just imagine the moldy piece of cheese from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I don't even want to think about it. Now, literally keep my fingers crossed at all times, bro. Like, my fingers actually hurt so bad at the end of the day. And the dumbest game of all time, by far, has got to be that stupid OK sign game. You look down, you see the little stupid OK sign, and then the kid gets to slap you in the face. That was the premise. This one was primarily in my late middle school, early high school days. Like, some kids be putting shit on their moms, too, and then I look down, and then they're just doing the little stupid OK sign. Like, nah, bro, you just took your mom's like, bro, what are you doing? Do not put it on your mom if you're gonna cap, bro. Like, some kid could be like, yo, bro, this girl just texted me, like, on moms, bro, on moms. Look, look. You look down, and then he fucking slaps you in the face. Now, the games were just iconic, bro. It made childhood 10 times better. And remember to use my link in the description or the QR code on screen to download Dragon City. A huge thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. It really would help me out a ton if you download the game.
Why would I use Kayak to compare hundreds of travel sites at once? I like to do things myself. I can't trust anything else to do the job right.
Kayak. Search one and done.
Working in retail. I've never had a more buns job in my entire life. For those of you that are working retail, I am praying for you, all right? Prayer up to the heavens for you if you're watching this video right now. As someone who worked as a cashier for like 2.5 years, I can say that I've seen quite the characters in my retail days. And now obviously everybody needs food, so there's gonna be some weirdos. Like, what would a grocery store be without some weirdos in the mix? And hey, I'm an idiot. I signed up for the job, so that's what I get. Since my parents said I was a bum, I had to go get a job at this grocery store at 16. I started working there right before the pandemic, and of course, I worked through the pandemic. Yeah, it was tough. And the pandemic really brought out the weird in some people, I must say. And let's just say, I started out with this customer one day who was a flat earther. Not even kidding. Maybe God just decided to bless me with entertainment today. I think that's what was going on. Because holy hell, when this dude walked up to me, he already started talking about his conspiracies. He pointed at my mask and was like, do you know what this is for? And I just looked at him and I was just not computing. Like, it wasn't happening because my brain was shut off at that very moment. I had no idea what to say. Those masks right there, the government's using them to control us. And I was just like, the hell hell is this dude talking about in government control? Like, I can't be bothered with this. I'm getting paid $11 an hour to put up with this. Yeah, man. Totally. That was a mistake. I should have never said that. As soon as he thought that I agreed with him, even though I did not agree with him at all, I was just saying, yeah, man, to be nice and just like get him the fuck out of my face. He started telling me about all the conspiracies that he had. Like, there was no stopping this dude. Like, he was practically going crazy. Like, he was basically telling me how, thank God I'm not a sheep and the government's brainwashing us with 5G towers. And I was just like, what the heck? And I was just thinking to myself, what else is this dude gonna pull out of his ass? Like, what could possibly be next? He starts telling me that the earth is flat. No joke. Bro really thought Kyrie Irving was a philosopher and just fucking ran with that shit. I mean, there's a reason why he plays basketball and isn't a scientist. I could just safely assume, I mean, he didn't really explain why. Basically talking about all the shit that you see going around the internet as to why people think the earth's flat. This dude lost his marbles. Like, I'm kind of surprised he wasn't posted up in a nursing home. But that's crazy to me, honestly. But after this dude left, I was like, have a great day. And him and his wife walked out of the store. And as soon as I was done with this conversation, I instantly went to tell my friend what the hell just happened. I was like, yo, bro, you're not gonna believe this. I just saw some tinfoil hat motherfucker. Like, I'm being dead serious.